The world of Terrenfall lives beneath the silent shadow of the eclipse. Across mist-covered plains and ancient forests, villages move to the quiet rhythm of tradition. Farmers rise with the dawn, elders guard ancient knowledge, and children grow beneath skies that have watched countless generations pass. For many, life has always followed this calm and familiar pattern. But change has begun to spread across the realm. At the heart of Terenfall stands the great city. Within its towering halls, powerful leaders have begun shaping a new vision for the future. They call it the Doctrine, a belief that chaos must be controlled and that only perfect order can secure the realm. Patrols march through the streets. Banners rise above the city gates. Rules grow stronger with every passing day. And slowly, the people begin to follow the rhythm of a system that grows more powerful with time. Yet beyond the reach of this growing order, new warriors begin to rise. Kael, the resolute blade who refuses to kneel. Lyra, the swift arrow striking from silence. Riven, the storm fist who breaks enemy lines. Seraphine, the luminous guardian who protects the fragile light of the realm. Together, they face enemies emerging from the darkness. Shadow elites, fallen knights, creatures twisted by ancient power that move through ruins, forests, and forgotten lands. Watching the balance of the realm from the shadows stands a powerful figure whose presence stretches across the battlefield. The King of Shadow, Vanar, patient, silent, waiting. But the greatest mystery of Terrenfall lies far beneath the city itself. Deep below the stone streets, something ancient pulses through the foundations of the realm, a hidden force moving through the veins of the city. It listens, it learns, and with every battle between heroes and shadows, its presence grows stronger. The story of the Eclipse Saga has unfolded across 25 episodes of rising conflict, discovery, and battle. Heroes have taken their first steps, shadows have begun to gather, and the world of Terrenfall is slowly moving toward a turning point. Beneath the rising eclipse, the city of Terrenfall hums with a life of its own. Streets shift subtly underfoot, as if the city itself breathes. Bridges tilt to guide those who walk across them. Fountains arc water in protective sweeps, and barricades rise like silent sentinels. Every step, every movement, is part of a rhythm far greater than the people who tread upon the stones. In one narrow alley, a young merchant sweeps the dust from his stall. He pauses as a patrol passes. His hands shake slightly, not from fear of the soldiers, but because he feels the doctrine pulse beneath him. An instinct he cannot name tells him how to move, where to look, when to speak, and he obeys without thinking, without question. At the edge of the city, Kael stands atop the old stone walls, watching the markets and streets below. His eyes follow the patterns of movement, noting how every citizen seems to move as one with the city itself. They're cooperating, he says, voice low and tense. Lyra steps beside him, her bow slung over her shoulder. No, she corrects. They don't even know they are. The doctrine isn't just here in the city, it's inside them. Kael's fists clench. It's worse than I imagined. Far above, the eclipse casts long shadows over the rooftops. From these heights, the pulse beneath the city becomes almost audible, like the faint heartbeat of some ancient being lying just beneath the foundations. Lyra crouches beside Kael, eyes scanning the horizon. It listens, she whispers, and it learns. Meanwhile, far beyond the city gates, the forests stir. Shadows coil between trees, whispering with a language older than kingdoms. Figures move silently through the underbrush, their presence barely noticed by the waking villagers. Among them is Riven, storm fists bound, eyes scanning for signs of doctrine corruption. Every snap of a branch, every whisper of wind carries meaning. Seraphine hovers at the tree line, her luminous form a faint glow against the darkened foliage. She senses the imbalance in the world, the slow transformation of people into instruments of a larger system. The light can't reach them if we don't act, she murmurs, wings shifting as she hovers. And above all of them, in a shadowed tower at the city's heart, Vanar watches. His armor glimmers faintly, reflecting the gold of the eclipse as he traces the paths of citizens below. Order is inevitable, he says softly, almost to himself. They will bend, they will obey. And yet, something stirs. Beneath the streets, the pulse strengthens. It winds through sewer tunnels, beneath market squares, and around the foundations of the Hall of Doctrine. Faint vibrations ripple through the stones, unnoticed by the common folk. But those attuned to the world Kael, Lyra, Riven, Seraphine feel it, like a whisper at the edge of thought. Even the beasts of the wild notice it. Forest serpents coil tighter in their dens. Ravens scatter, their cries carrying across misty hills. Somewhere, deep in the shadows, creatures born of the void shift, drawn to the pulse. The city's soldiers move like clockwork. Every patrol, every formation, every guard seems to anticipate the next step, as though guided by some unseen hand. And in the squares, citizens act with precision that borders on uncanny. The doctrine has not only reached their minds, it has shaped their bodies into instruments of order. Kael steps down from the wall, boots striking the cobblestone. He pauses beside a young boy carrying water. The child freezes, unsure why he feels compelled to bow. Kael kneels slightly. "You are not afraid, are you?" he asks. The boy shakes his head. I don't know," he admits. "I just move like the others." Kael exhales slowly, realizing the truth. The doctrine is no longer just a law. It is a pulse that beats beneath Terrenfall, guiding hearts, minds, and even instincts. Lyra glances toward the distant mountains where the first shadows gather. "We are not alone," she says. "They are watching, waiting, learning." High above, in the sky that burns golden under the eclipse, the skyward guardian hovers for the first time. Its eyes survey the city, reading the pulse, calculating, observing. This is the first moment where the system is truly aware of the heroes. Deep in the Hall of Doctrine, Grandmaster Theron studies the city through towering windows. Commander Edrion approaches, bowing slightly. The citizens obey. "Almost perfectly," he reports. Theron's eyes narrow. "Perfectly? No, perfection is impossible." His voice drops, almost a whisper. But soon, it will be enough. Meanwhile, in the shadows of the forest, Virelia and Kaelin, 2 of the 12 guardians, prepare their first strike. Their weapons gleam faintly in the filtered light, their minds calculating, their eyes fixed on the pulse that moves beneath the city streets. Even as heroes, villains, and shadows prepare, the city itself hums, alive. Bridges pivot, fountains arc water in protective sweeps, and streets subtly shift to guide or obstruct those who walk them. Each action, each motion, becomes part of a symphony, orchestrated by the doctrine, and amplified by the hidden pulse. Kael, Lyra, Riven, and Seraphine converge at the central plaza, overlooking the citizens and the rising banners. Their eyes meet. They understand what they face. A battle not only against shadows and corrupted leaders, but against a system that now flows through every living being in Terrenfall. And somewhere beneath it all, the pulse listens. It waits. It grows. For the first time, the heroes realize that victory will not come from strength alone. It will come from understanding, from strategy, and from the courage to defy a system that has begun to think. The eclipse hangs heavy in the sky. The city breathes. The forests stir. The pulse of Terenfall rises stronger than ever. The story so far has unfolded across 25 episodes. Battles have been fought, shadows have gathered, heroes have risen, and yet, this is only the beginning. If you are new to the saga, you may start at episode 1 and witness the full rise of Terrenfall, or continue forward into episode 26, where the conflict deepens, the pulse grows stronger, and the fate of the realm begins to shift in ways no one could anticipate. The choice is yours. This is not just an episode. This is your gateway. The eclipse is rising. The realm is alive. and the story continues.